Okay, we all ready? And let's start this webinar.
1, 2, 3, now we're playing with the big boys. Gonna take it to the street, now we're gonna make a big noise. Gonna climb so high, now we're rising up. Are you ready now? Turn it up. Are you ready for this? Oh, I can see my name under big lights. It sure looks good to me. I'm coming up now, I'm ready for the big time. I'm gonna be hard to beat. Oh, I'm a hard act to follow, got a big reputation. Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on now. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this now? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? There ain't no limit. Are you ready for this?
Welcome.
Are you ready for this now? Serving up the heat. Are you ready for this? Now take it to the street.
Okay, so before we begin, while this challenge is being hosted virtually all over the world, the HEX program leaders are currently located physically in Melbourne. So I would like to begin by acknowledging and paying my respects to the Wurundjeri people, the traditional custodians of the land in which we work, live and play. I'd like to pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, and acknowledging all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Also paying my respects to your elders, past, present, and emerging. So what are we doing here? What's going on? Hello, everyone, and welcome to HEX 5.7 Pitch Day. I hope you're incredibly excited. I want to see a lot of hype in the chat. We have all of our amazing Hexy founders online who are a little bit nervous at the moment, but I'm sure you're going to be amazing. So HEX, who are we? And what a week we have had. So we have literally gone from ideation all the way through to pitching in 5 days. HEX is on an absolute mission to build the capacity of the next generation of founders, helping them launch high impact, globally competitive companies that create lasting economic and social value. Over the past 5 days, we've gone from ideation to pitching. 5 days is not a long amount of time. I hope you're all going to be really, really impressed by everyone here today. We have heard from speakers from all over the world, dialing in from the Bay Area, the West Coast, all over Australia and the APAC region. We've heard from founders, we've heard from panel members, we've done rapid prototyping, we've done growth hacking, and absolutely everything in between. It has been an exhilarating and a little bit exhausting 5 days. But right now, I would like to extend a welcome to our absolutely wonderful and fabulous judges here. So let's start. First, we have Warwick Donaldson. Give a little bit of a wave here and feel free to bring the puppy to screen anytime you'd like. There he is. Oh, so cute. That's Alfie, everyone. So Alfie and Warwick are going to be judging. So passionate about tech, startups, finance, operations and investor relationships. Currently working at Neuromics. I'm not going to be able to pronounce it. Neutromics. Please jump in and fix that, Warwick. He's also the founder and author of startupfunding.com, Australia's first dedicated startup investor database and capital raising education resource for founders. So this is the first time that we've had Warwick on the program, and we are incredibly excited to welcome him here today to be the judge of our 5.7 Sprint Pitch Day. Warwick, what are you going to be looking for in the pitches?
Yeah, what am I going to be looking for in the pitches? So usually I like to, well, at the moment I've been reading a book on super founders, and so getting a lot of data around what really makes a super founder, and so that's been really interesting, and really honing in on things like originality, validation, how much traction you have, and feasibility. But also, originality. I'm in the medical device space at the moment, and so I know that good things are hard to do. So it doesn't have to be something that's super easy as well. So yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So looking for something that's a little bit of a challenge out there, Warwick. Next on the judging panel, we have Shreya Sethi. Shreya, give it a little bit of a wave. So Shreya is part of the Salesforce Strategic Advisory Team in ANZ, where she works with CXOs of key accounts to create sustainable business value through technology, innovation, and partnerships. She is also the global president of Salesforce's Women's Network and a strong advocate of diversity of our globally. A strong advocate of diversity globally and in the region. I really think that you're going to enjoy the HEX 5.7 group, majority female founders as well, let me just say. So Shreya, this is the first time that you're going to be judging HEX 5.7 or the HEX program. What are you going to be looking for out of this cohort?
Thank you, Jack. So excited. You're right. First time. I'm very, very pumped and love the energy. Look, I think what I'm going to be looking for is how well thought through the problem statement is. What is it that you are actually solving for in the market? And then how does the solution kind of stack up to that? I know Warwick mentioned feasibility. That's probably the second biggest thing on my mind. Knowing that, ideas change and, there's a whole bunch of flexibility that exists in these markets. But yeah, those are the two things, and probably energy, a whole lot of energy.
Awesome. Bring the energy, everyone. Fantastic. And last but not least, we have project manager, economist, and social entrepreneur, Matteo. If you want to give a little bit of a wave, Matteo. So Matteo is the co-founder and director of Charity Bay, a not-for-profit organization delivering an online marketplace that will provide a means for Australians nationwide to sell their unwanted, useful belongings and automatically direct the proceeds to their selected charity. I think we have a number of social enterprises who are going to be pitching today, which I think you'll love. Did I mention as well that Matteo is a HEXI alumni? So you have been through this, you know what it's like on the other side of the screen. Matteo, we're super excited to have you here as a judge. What are you going to be looking for today?
Thanks for the invitation. And I think that the problem is indeed the most important, but also the person, like the vision and the passion. And me as alumni, I know that sometimes this could be a bit stressful. So I will not look at like whether you're nervous or not. It's more about what you're tackling and the passion that you're delivering, the most important. So please do not be nervous. This is a friendly environment where we would like to help you all.
Awesome. All right. Wise words of not being nervous. Although looking at the Dreams and Memes channel on the Slack this morning, there's definitely a few nerves of the group going around. Next, a face that we all recognize, our fearless leader, our CEO, our co-founder of HEX, here today to give the official welcome, Jeanette Chia. Over to you.
Thanks, Jack. And I always admire Pitch Day because Jack, who has been at this level of energy for the entire week, still manages to do it. Thank you so much for pulling together an incredible program. And to 5.7s, hey, that's like the longest and shortest week of your life, I hope. So just hearing about everything you got up to in the last few days is just incredible. And I hope you're feeling very proud of yourselves. You held your own professionally, sitting in rooms with some of these incredible leaders, and you're about to present your ideas to the big world. So it's very natural to feel some butterflies, as we talked about, but as Matteo, Shreya, and Warwick said, we're all here with love and support, and we just want to see you fly. So please know that you're coming on stage to a very warm and welcoming place, and we're here to sort of, help your ideas get some oxygen and go into the world where they can make a real difference. So thank you again for being the reason I get out of bed in the morning, why we built HEX, and we're looking forward to seeing everything you do. And to James and Jack, nice work on your facilitation this week. Thank you so much. Well, let's do it.
Awesome.
Judges, thank you, by the way. Judges, you're amazing, and so proud to have you in our network.
That's it. I think it's time. Let's do it. I want lots of love in the chat. So everyone get ready. We're about to welcome our very first Hexie to the stage. It is not easy going first, and I'm sure he's going to do an amazing job. So can I please welcome to the stage Sean with his business, Yazumu. And now Sean is about to be promoted. When he's promoted, he'll be able to turn on his camera. And when you're ready, Sean, can we do a bit of a sound check?
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can. And if you want to share your screen, what's going to happen is it's a 3-minute pitch. When there's 1 minute to go, I'm going to say 1 minute. And at 3 minutes, I'm going to cut you off. All right. Lots of love for Sean in the chat. Now we're just going to spotlight Sean as well, because he's doing some really cool things with his background. Fantastic. All right, Sean, are you ready to go?
Think so?
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone today is doing well. I'm here to present to you my product, Yasmu. But there is something we must first address. We have a problem, and you're looking right at it, your screen. Because of how reliant we are on technology, people like you and me are being exposed to prolonged and excessive screen use. At work, we're at our desk, looking at screens. At home, we're probably watching Netflix, also on our phones and also looking at screens. This clearly will have a negative effect on our physical and mental health. The solution is simple, and we all know it. We just need to take a break. In fact, in a small survey I conducted, 100% of the participants knew this, but only 32% were actually taking breaks. The main reason? A lack of self-discipline and being unable to develop the right habits. This is what Yasmu tries to solve. It's your virtual best friend who personally helps you build healthier screen habits both at home and at work. A virtual companion of sorts. Residing across your different devices, Yasmu will personally come out from the side of the screen to remind you to take a break. By accepting his proposition, all devices with Yasmu installed will be temporarily locked to encourage you to get up and away from the screen. As a side note, you can remove the lock early for emergency purposes. Additionally, its ability to sync with calendar and scheduling apps allows Yasmu to adapt to the user. This is unlike other habit tracking apps, which send you a plain boring notification in the corner of your screen that can be easily ignored. Aside from these moments, Yasmu will stay out of sight to avoid distracting you. Yasmu will also give you a score at the end of each day for the purposes of habit tracking. Additionally, there's also a friend system, so you can engage in some friendly competition with your peers to see who has the best screen habits. One last thing in regards to the core features. Obviously, this design of Yasmu will not be for everyone, so customization will be available in various forms. Now, a product is good in all, but is there a market for it?
1 minute.
Absolutely. From the small survey I conducted, 64% of participants were open to the idea of having a virtual companion appearing on their screen, and this jumped to 77% if they were able to customize it. Additionally, 68% of participants believe that having a more interactive reminder system will help them build habits more easily. So how will we make money from this? How will we make money from this to make it a viable business? The app will feature ads that are displayed on the user's device when the screen is locked and also on the main control panel, thus allowing us to generate ad revenue. There will also be in-app purchases that will allow the user to remove the ads and also gain access to more customization options. The ads shown, however, will be curated to exclude ones that encourage the use of screens. Now, after hearing all that, what do I need from you? First, I'd like to get into contact with some software developers to receive advice regarding the implementation of the cross-platform functionality of Yasmu. Additionally, I'd like to get into contact with people in the field of AI and machine learning to get my adaptive reminders to work correctly. Finally, I'd like to also get into contact with some character designers to receive design advice, since characters are so integral to the success of Yasmu. We don't want a repeat of Microsoft's Clippy the Paperclip, now do we?
And that's
With
it.
that,
Cutting you off.
I'll thank you for your time, and I hope everyone takes a break from the screens sometime today.
Awesome. All right. I gave you the extra few seconds because you did have to go first, Sean, but well done. A big round of applause in the chat. Well done, Sean. We're now going to hand over to our judges. What questions do you have for Sean? We're going to have 2 to 3 minutes of questions. If you just want to unmute yourself or raise your hand, if you have a question for Sean. Warwick, over to you.
Yeah, I might go first. Really, really good work, Sean. That was great. I like the character a lot. I think I'd enjoy it. Quick question: Have you managed to have time to build some kind of prototype or test this out at the moment with anyone in the market?
No, at the moment. I was unable to physically code something within the time that we had.
Okay, cool. And did you try to just do just a very manual, or you could do a manual, test in the future? Have you thought about that yet?
Not exactly, but I do know that I can probably, if I had a bit more time, I could probably make a prototype easily, maybe either manual or maybe make a quick code mockup or animation.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Thanks, Warwick. And I think we have Shreya with your hand up.
Yeah, well done, Sean. What a brilliant problem statement. I would say I will use Yasumo as soon as it is out. But hey, talk to me a little bit more about the business and the economics. I know you said ad revenue when the screen is locked, but if you're away from the screen or the screen doesn't get locked, how does that work?
So we're mainly just selling ad space. So when the screen is locked, there'll be plenty of like blank space around. You can put ads on there. And also on the main control panel where you have all your habit data, you can also put ads there as well. So that way that's a way we can generate ad revenue by selling ad space.
And can I ask another question, Jack?
A very quick question. Let's do it.
Yep, thank you. What about the longevity? And I mean, once you've used Yasumu and you get a few good habits in place, do you reckon customers will stick around, and why?
I think they might stick around just for the companion to have it on the screen. I could possibly implement a way you can actually have the companion stay on the screen if you want to interact with them. Because I know that especially during the pandemic, people don't really get any form of interaction with other people. So a way to break up the monotony and coldness of a computer is by having a little animated character, just make things a little more lively on your screen.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank
and
you.
at that point, we will stop the questions, almost like little Tamagotchi on your computer. I love the idea of that. Sean, well done. You're off the hook now. You're all finished. Congratulations. We're going to send you back to become an attendee, and we are going to welcome our next Hexie to the stage. So I'm going to give the judges just a couple of minutes to fill out all of their scores, to write all of their notes, and I'm going to welcome Neural to the stage. Neural to the stage. We have Neural with really good skin going to be starting in just a moment. As soon as she gets to the stage. All right, I see you are there. If you want to turn on your camera, there we are. And a quick sound check.
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear you and we can see you. So when I get a thumbs up from all three judges, excellent. One, and just waiting for Warwick. Furiously typing. All right. Neural, did you want to share your screen?
Sure. And just to let everyone know, my video might turn off during the call. Is just having a few technical issues this morning.
No worries. Well, we can see your slide deck and we can hear you, and that is definitely the main thing here. So if you do have technical issues, I will jump in and I will let you know. So given the fact that we've got thumbs up from the judges, I think I'm going to hand it over to you. So you can start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Thank you. So there's no debate that burning of fossil fuels and the release of greenhouse gases are contributing to a rise in global temperatures and rising sea levels. Yet big brands are continuing to ignore this warning sign and fill our oceans with plastic and other harmful chemicals. And we as consumers are left hopeless and have little option but to participate in the production of landfill waste. We're left demanding that somebody should do something about it. Although only about half our population uses skincare products every day, the beauty industry actually creates 120 billion units of packaging every year, where the majority of that ends up in landfills. On top of that, an average Australian cafe produces nearly 3,000 tons of coffee grounds each year, with over 90% of it going into landfill and contributing to the release of methane gas. So, what are we going to do about it? Let me introduce you to Really Good Skin. We are a social startup providing an all-natural, eco-friendly skincare product range using upcycled natural materials like coffee grounds from local cafes to create a closed-loop circular economy. Our vision is to create positive social change and improve the environment by being a leader in sustainable products from cradle to grave. Our market research shows that there is a huge demand for affordable, eco-friendly, all-natural skin exfoliators, with the majority of respondents willing to put in an extra buck for the sustainability of it. And 9 of our respondents have already pledged a willingness to try our Really Good Skin. But don't just trust my research. The global body scrub market will be worth $18.9 billion by 2025. As a small startup, we're willing to offer a competitive price of $26.50 per jar. And our initial revenue projections look to be around $1.1 million in 2 years. No, we're not going to be another stodgy big brand. We will be operating in line with UN Sustainable Development Goals.
1 minute.
Our main goals is to provide a really good, affordable product, reduce our carbon footprint, and have a positive social impact. Our ask is for access to legal advice and digital marketing mentorship for the successful launch. When you're building a brand, sustainability needs to be a consideration. And as the data shows, people are already looking for alternatives. So I'm going to be one of those somebodies that's going to do something about reducing our environmental impact and ensuring that people get access to safe natural ingredients in their skincare products. And I hope that you'll join me on this journey because it's going to be a really good one. Thank you. And I hope you have a really good day.
3 minutes, right on the timer there. Well done. Neural, over to the judges now. Who has a question for really good skin? Now you can either raise your hand or Matteo, over to you first.
I might just like show the prototype here that I did trial on someone during this week as well with really good positive feedback.
Excellent. It's always good to have a friend that's trialing new beauty and skincare products. Matteo, over to you.
Congrats. I love the presentation. I love the problem and how you're addressing that. My question is regarding your team. If you are doing this by yourself, if you are planning on, I don't know, joining with someone else, or if you have any short-term plans on how you could interact with someone else to help you out.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I'm already working with, already talking to a few local cafes. I actually got these coffee grinds from 2 cafes during the week, and I'm yet to talk to a few cafes down the line. Along with collecting the coffee grounds for free, I am looking at partnering with people in the legal and marketing teams. I don't have a team of my own at the moment, but that's sort of part of the long-term goal as well, especially as we scale up and then expand the product range to more products.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, Warwick, Shreya, I think Warwick put his hand up just first. Do you want to jump in, Warwick?
No, it's okay, Shreya. It's okay.
Okay, Shreya, over to you.
Oh, thank you. No, again, great job. Love the problem statement, and of course, very real, very top of mind. Have you considered competition, and if yes, where would you stand compared to that?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. I have looked at, so there's companies like Lush and Coco Clutch as well that provide sustainable products as well. They don't have any products at the moment that use upcycled materials or all natural materials or ingredients in their products, as well as some of their products also have packaging that aren't decompostable. So that's also a value add that really good skin is providing. Looking into the other competitors, there's not really much use of waste materials from cafes, or fruit and veg shops are also one of the things that I looked at. So in the slide that I showed, I had a citrus scented exfoliator that was actually from the skin of lemons that were sort of thrown out from a veg shop. So
all right, I am going to have to stop you there, but well done on those questions. You're all done. You're all finished now. Round of applause. Neural with really good skin. I absolutely love it. Next, we are going to be bringing Hannah to the stage. Hannah and her business Under One Sky. So I'll give the judges just a minute to finish off all of your notes while we get Hannah all set up here. So Hannah, if you'd like to turn on your audio and turn on your video, we'll do a quick sound check.
Hi, can you hear me? My
Yes, we
internet
can. We can hear you and
cut
we
out.
can see you.
Okay, cool. My internet might cut out a little bit. So yeah.
Problem. If it does, I will let you know and we will deal with it at the time. So as soon as I get a thumbs up from the 3 judges, I'll get you to share your screen. All right, Hannah, do you want to share your screen and I'll count you down?
Okay. Are you able to see it?
It is just loading now. Be 1 more second. Okay, yes, we can see it. Perfect. So I think judges are ready. Hannah is ready. It's going to be over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
So hi everyone, I'm Hannah, and the problem that I want to solve is how might we bring more awareness of Asian representation within Australian media and how it has affected and shaped their identities in the Asian community. So this type of problem is kind of personal to me because as someone who grew up Asian in Australia, I've never really saw someone like myself on the TV screen. And even if there was, it was misrepresented. While Australia is a multicultural country, there was much stereotyping and racism against Asian people, but it's not just Asian people in general, it's all people of color who live in Australia as well. Especially in this time, there has been a rise of hate crimes against Asians because of COVID as well. So what kind of solution can I bring? It's obviously through a podcast to educate people on the different cultures in Asia and how much it has to offer. Also, this will allow the Asian community to feel more connected to their culture and feel a sense of pride instead of shamefulness towards their culture. But why a podcast, you may say? Well, from Analysis and Policy Observatory, in Australia, podcast listening has increased from 27% in 2019 to 32% in 2020. Also, there are 60% of Australian podcast listeners who listen to podcasts to get a diverse range of perspectives as well. So who I'm trying to aim this podcast to is to Asian Australians and also Australians across all ethnic backgrounds from teens to mid-30s. So the majority said that they did not have any stigma about Asians or their culture, while the latter said that they did. And then while the majority said that they were aware of the lack of representation in the media, the 2 latter said that they somewhat knew or they weren't aware at all. So for me to get listeners for our podcast, I'll have ads on Instagram and Facebook with small snippets with links on Spotify and YouTube that will lead them to our Instagram page or Facebook page that will link to our Under One Sky podcast, either on YouTube or Spotify. From this, our revenue model from these ads will be able to receive money from these, but also, as you may know, in podcasts, there are many sponsorships within podcasts, either, for example, HelloFresh or NordVPN, the typical sponsorships that you would hear. So then why me? Well, I'm a communication designer. I try to always address these issues through all my projects, and I felt the need that I needed to take an extra step forward to bring something new to the table. So for me to move forward, I need to make contact with Asian Australian communities, whether it be influencers, creators, or even celebrities within Australia, and
3 minutes. Final sentence.
however, making a podcast is not easy. I would need to make a team of people to have help me with marketing, advertising, and also host the podcast as well.
Okay, all right. And we'll have to cut you off there. Hannah, well done getting that ask in there right at the very end. Now, who has a question for Hannah? All right, Warwick, over to you first.
Great prezzo. I lived in China for 3 years, so I'm acutely aware of the issues that are in this area. Have you managed to make the first episode or have a trial run yet and test it out?
No, I wasn't able to with the time that I had. I wish I had more time because podcast is quite popular nowadays. So yeah.
What do you mean, Hannah? You haven't managed to pull a podcast together in the last 3 days? My goodness.
I know it's a big ask. I know it's a big
No, great question, Warwick. Matteo, Shreya, do you have any question? Matteo, okay, over to you.
Yes. What is the next priority that you have at the moment? Like, let's say on Monday, what for you is what you need to do to make this happen?
I guess for me, the most important will probably be making a team. Since I'm by myself, it will be hard for me to manage trying to bring in or make connections with people. So I think the most will probably make connections with Asian Australian people who would want to be on board with this kind of project, and also connect with people or the community more as well.
Awesome. And I believe you've got some people offering in the chat, including Jeanette, that said she's happy to be a part of it. So I think already you've got some people signed up to help. So Hannah, that's it. Well done. Amazing work. Round of applause for Hannah. We're going to send you back into the audience now. You can go and you can relax and take a deep breath and maybe have a micro nap, because I don't know how much sleep everyone got last night. And we're going to bring foodie friends to the stage. So we have co-founders Gayatri and Resha, who will be coming to the stage to chat about foodie friends. So well done, Hannah. Oh, we can all take a breath out now. And then we've got Gayatri. Excellent. I do love that profile photo. It makes me happy every time I see it. Resha, if you want to turn on your camera, and oh, Gayatri, we can see you now. We'll do a quick sound check.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Gayatri, can we do a
Hello.
sound check with you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. You're a little bit quiet, Gayatri. Could you just move your... Yep.
Hello.
Much better. Awesome.
Nice, let's go.
Awesome. Okay. So first we just need to make sure that the judges are ready, because I know that they're doing multiple things at the same time, taking notes, giving scores, but I think we've got 2 thumbs up. Shreya, are you good to go? Awesome. Okay, so share your screen when you're ready and I will count you down.
Yep.
Wonderful. Okay, looking good. I'm going to hand it over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi everyone, we're foodie friends. And I have here Resha, who's doing nutrition science, and I am doing a Bachelor of IT. So the problem we observed is that only 4% of Aussie kids are meeting the recommended serve of vegetables, and 25% have been categorized as obese and overweight. So our problem statement is, how can we elicit behavioral change in Australian primary schools to increase their intake of healthy foods?
So our solution is a 2-part app. The first part is a kids app where they can log and game their healthy food intake. And the second part is a parental engagement and monitoring app. So I'm just going to quickly take you through what our kids app would look like. On the left, on the first slide, you can see our logging section. So the kids will be able to pick any of the healthy foods they've eaten that day. It'll be verified by a parent and they'll get access to our game. In the middle, we've got our recipe builder. So kids can pick up to 3 ingredients and it'll churn out an amazing healthy recipe that they can cook with their family. On the right-hand side here, we've got our scanner. So allow kids to scan the barcode of any foods they have, and it will tell them what nutritious goodies are inside that food.
We created a platform game where kids would be able to collect fruits and vegetables to promote repetition. There would also be a quiz time where they would be able to learn critical thinking skills and decision-making skills on healthy eating. Parents would also be able to help their children and verify that their children have been eating healthily before allowing them to play the game. They would also be able to access analytics to help with family meal plannings and also healthy lunchbox ideas.
So now what you're thinking, there are so many diet apps out there, but this is not a diet app. We are promoting healthy eating and habits, and unlike many other apps, are not focusing on cutting out any foods. We've also done a bit of research on the tech that kids are using and found that nearly 80% of kids have access to an iPad, smartphone, or tablet. Across the last 10 years, multiple iPad pilot programs have also been run by both the Victorian and New South Wales government, supplying over 700 iPads per year in government schools. Other apps are often diet culture based, have no nutritional moderation, and encourage a lot of technology use.
1 minute.
Here at Foodie Friends, we're based on the Australian Guide to Healthy Eating. We're moderated by nutritional professionals, parents, and teachers, and we encourage behavioural change outside of our app. We are anticipating around 3 main streams of income. The first would be a government-funded one-term pilot program where kids can build the healthy habits in a school environment. Then, if parents or kids want to continue to use the app, they can purchase a monthly subscription. We are also looking to partner with big nutrition organizations or FMCG companies for advertising in our recipe section.
So if you would like to help us, we would need connections with people within the departments of health and education, licensed dietitians, and developers. Thank you for listening. Any questions?
Ah, so smooth and right on 3 minutes. Well done, foodie friends. That was absolutely awesome. Now, I'm sure we have lots of questions from the judges. If you want to raise your hand or just unmute. Okay. Matteo, do you want to go first?
Sure. Congratulations again. It was beautiful, great presentation. My question is why your first ask and the first priority is to look for grants rather than focusing on the product? Like, is there any other way how you can develop that prototype without asking for funding?
I think it wasn't necessarily particularly just funding that we wanted when we were looking for that government connection. I think it was being able to see what is actually going on in Australian government schools at the moment, what healthy eating programs do they have in place, because that is really going to be what's outlining what happens in our app. We're not going to just go and make an app without knowing what more specific problems we're solving. So it was having those partnerships and I guess those ins to those environments so that we could do more research and learn about our consumer more.
Okay, great question, Matteo. Shreya or Warwick, if you'd like to unmute yourself and jump in. Warwick, I believe you had a question before.
Yep. Yeah, really great. I love the present. It's very cute. Question. So around the problems. So you mentioned how kids, obviously there's obesity and issues with that. What drives that? What's the actual problem behind that? Because that's, to me, the byproduct of an actual problem issue.
Did you, Guthrie, did you want to say something? Or I'm happy to.
You can go ahead.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we noticed was kids were eating vegetables, but they weren't aware of what was actually in the guidelines. So they weren't aware that they were meant to be having 5 per day. And I think it's really easy for you to go grocery shopping or for example, and put a bunch of items in your trolley. It all looks healthy in that moment, but then you don't really, I guess, process what you're giving your kid in their lunchbox every day or like how much they're actually consuming. And I think that's where the analytics part was really important for us, because it was like the reflection. I guess it's really easy to think, oh, I might have eaten, 5 veggies today, but not necessarily that. I think, yeah, the disparity that we kind of saw was just people not knowing how many they were meant to be having. And that's what was causing that.
So it's for the parents or the children?
I think it's both. I think having that the collaborative environment where we're encouraging them to cook with their parents and we're encouraging the parents to use the analytics not as a way to track their kids and, oh, what is Johnny eating today, but, oh, how can I reflect on this to give Johnny a more nutritious lunchbox? I think that's where we've kind of, going with that.
Awesome.
Thank you.
We all want to improve Johnny's lunch. And foodie friends, thank you very much. We are at time. So we will let you go and have a sigh of relief back in the attendees group. Now, we usually have a short break here, but I'm thinking we can maybe just have a 10-second stretch and push through. How do the judges feel about that? Maybe, yeah? Okay, all right. So quick stretch. Oh, get some power poses in there. What are some of the power poses? Well, there we go. Oh, on the other side. Superman.
Got that, Jack.
Bring out the power poses. All right, everyone. That's it. Good work, Jeanette. A little bit of a dance even, a stand up. Oh no, you can all see me in my tracksuit pants. All good. All right, after a few minutes of stretches, we are going to go straight away to bringing our next founding team to the stage, which I believe is Leah. So if everyone's good to push through, we're going to do our last 4, and then we have a couple of extra minutes to give feedback right at the end. So, okay, hope everyone's stretched. Everyone's feeling good. Leah, are you feeling good?
Yes, I'm feeling good. I did my power poses.
Excellent. Good to hear. Good to hear. Okay, well, we can see you and we can hear you. So if we have a thumbs up from the judges, we're going to jump straight into it. Awesome. And just Warwick. Okay. So we can now see your screen. I'm going to count you in, and ready in 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm Leah Barrera and I'm representing Always alongside Ingenuous Studios. I would like to begin by acknowledging the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of the land, and pay my respects to elders both past and present. Australia's First Nations peoples are the oldest living culture in the world, dating as far back as at least 65,000 years. To put that into perspective, the first pyramid in Egypt was built less than 5,000 years ago. And as a result of colonisation and the erasure of Indigenous knowledges, there are gaps in our knowledge of Indigenous histories. As it stands, there is no clear digital central hub endorsed by Indigenous Australians that encourages people to connect and celebrate the creative works of First Nations peoples, whilst also raising awareness for critical issues. And one of these issues is that 80% of Indigenous pieces marketed to tourists in shops are inauthentic. My co-founder is Lee Harris from Ingenuous Studios. He is an Aboriginal business owner with over 25 years in business, and his design studio has worked on projects for the Red Cross, Bank Australia, and created the first Indigenous emoji app with over 80,000 downloads. We're introducing a mobile-friendly website with reliable information and resources about Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. It will also serve as a digital hub to showcase Indigenous creative works and raise awareness about petitions, charities, and businesses that require support. As you can see on this mock-up, there are various ways you can discover content and support businesses and causes. We are going to support ourselves as a social enterprise through crowdfunding to gain traction, while incorporating an e-commerce marketplace where we sell our own merchandise and Indigenous Australians can sell their products. We will also be partnering with universities to incorporate Mandarin content into their curriculum. Our primary target market is non-Indigenous people. I myself have experienced issues as a student with limited education understanding, wanting to know how I can be more supportive. And there are many people I've spoken to that feel the same way. When asked about where users got their information, the most popular response is from school. And yet there wasn't not enough at school. It was really just through independent research. Sorry. In the short term, we will build partnerships with businesses and social media influencers such as Misa Mason, who has 20,000 followers on Instagram. We will then be conducting our MVP and user testing. In the midterm, we will incorporate e-commerce and membership functionality as additional revenue streams. Further down the track, we would like to add a consulting element with businesses and universities. You may be asking why Leah Barrera? As a Peruvian raised in Australia, I do understand the value of culture and traditions. I was born with a passion for helping others, and I want to help make a difference in honouring and recognising Indigenous Australian cultures through design. How you can help. I would love to be introduced to a network of people to form an advisory board with members that have specific skills in business, social enterprise, and from an Indigenous Australian background. Now, I would like if you could all take out your phones and scan the QR code on the screen. Get a taste of what the Always website will be like. And if you feel inspired by today, I would like you to take 10 minutes out of your very busy schedules to learn, watch, or read something. Thank you so much for your time.
3 minutes. Well done, Leah. That was excellent. I'm sure we have some questions. Warwick, Shreya, Matteo, who would like to jump in and ask a question from Leah? Shreya, over to you.
Thank you, Leah. Very well done.
Thank you.
For a question, more regards to validating how well this might be received in the market on two fronts. One, if you're targeting a non-Indigenous population, have you heard whether this is, how many signups will we get? Will people sign up? And the other is, think of e-commerce brands. Are there Indigenous brands that you think would be willing to tie up to be on your platform?
Yes, definitely. I don't have a certain number for signups or anything like that, but I do know from word of mouth and speaking to multiple people, including on my social media, that a platform is people really want to educate themselves and find different resources. And from the Indigenous side, there'll definitely be businesses that want to collaborate. They're really all about supporting one another through community. And I also want the marketplace to be something where even small brands, Indigenous brands, can host their own products and get money. Thank you.
Great question. Matteo, over to you.
Well done. I love the presentation. My question is, you are mentioning different target customers, and I wonder which one is the main target customer firstly to start with. I mean, if for you, it is more important to get on board first the non-Aboriginals, the Aboriginals, the businesses, or yeah, for you, what would be the focus on the beginning?
Our focus is definitely non-Indigenous to help solve these issues and put an end to them. We do need everyone on board in Australia, and that's specifically non-Indigenous peoples. So I want them to get on board, and I will also, it'll be alongside with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people supporting and wanting to learn more about their cultures. And then I also want Indigenous businesses to hop on board too. Does that answer your question?
Well, I hope it does, because we're at time. Leah, well done. Awesome work. Congratulations. Super smooth. And you can go back and relax as an attendee now. So we've got 3 more to go. I'd like to introduce Terrascape to the stage. So if Ethan and Harry would like to come to the stage, we will get you all set up while the judges finish off their final notes and final scores. So Ethan and Harry to the stage. We'll do a really, really quick sound check. There you are. All right, Ethan, I can see you. Harry, I can see you. Quick sound check.
Hello.
Hello. All right, I can hear you both. Do you want to share your screen? And then as soon as I get a thumbs up from judges, I will. All right, we can see your screen. So now, Shreya, good to go. Mateo and Warwick.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay. I'll be counting you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Ethan. I'm the founder of Terrascape, and I'm working with Harry to cruise into a greener future. Did you know in 2018, 3.4 million tonnes of plastic was consumed in Australia, and only 9.4% was recycled, and a mere 4.3% was reprocessed in Australia. Of the 90.6% of uncaptured plastic, 3.8% ends up in our waterways and 8.8% is littered across our landscape. We're looking to combat this by introducing Australia's first skateboard made from recycled waste. Doing this can help speed up the transition toward a circular economy and reduce an enormous amount of plastic that ends up in landfill. Our target customers are young, environmentally concerned, and love getting outside. We found that half of these potential customers are willing to pay up to $50 extra for environmentally sustainable products. We've created a fake Facebook marketplace ad and have received 197 clicks in just 24 hours, and it's still counting, which proves an initial market demand and customers' willingness to learn more. The average cost people are buying cruiser boards for is around $150, and 2 competitors we have identified making plastic skateboards from recycled materials are both overseas, and their cheapest options are being sold for $240. To initially reach our market, we plan to begin with e-commerce, selling at a price of $200 and pushing product sales by experimenting with advertising, influencer marketing, and user-generated content. After the brand has had time to develop, we will work to get these boards into retail stores via wholesale. Our production cost estimates ranges from $105 to $125, leaving a healthy amount of room for customer acquisition costs and wholesale price profits. Who we are. I'm Ethan. I'm studying advanced manufacturing and mechatronics engineering at RMIT. I'm super excited about business, and I really want to make a positive impact on the environment. I love to cruise around on my skateboard in Melbourne during my free time. On to Harry.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Harry, head of IT of this project. I'm studying Bachelor of IT at Monash University. I have a passion in game and love chilling with the environment, so that's why I joined with Ethan to make the environment become better. And I have downloaded an example website where we plan to begin selling the skateboard. As you can see here, we have cool design about sport and about skateboard. Yes, yeah, and we plan to add more story pages about how we make this skateboard and keep it simple to attract the teenagers and the skateboarder.
So how can you help? We're in need of industry contacts, including manufacturers and suppliers, to help us get our first prototype models made. We're looking to get contacts with professional skaters to promote the brands such as Shane O'Neill, Poppy Star Olsen, and Keegan Palmer. And we would love some business mentoring as we grow the brand. Thanks for your time and this huge opportunity. If anyone in the room has industry connections, we'd love to connect with you.
All right, and just on 3 minutes, congratulations. I definitely saw some love in the chat there for your skateboard designs and potentially some people for some pre-sales. So, so well done. Okay, over to the judges. Who has a question? Just pop your hand up and I will hand over to you, Warwick, Matteo, or Shreya. Warwick, over to you first.
Yeah, really love it, guys. I love that you've gone out and tested it through some Facebook marketing. Really, really love that. So quick question. So just around the materials. So you're making this from recycled plastic. So how does this material vary from traditional skateboard materials? And is it common in the market to have plastic skateboards? And if not, how do you see the market kind of
yeah, so there is the brand Penny Skateboard. So they make their skateboards from ABS plastic, which is like the most common plastic. So that kind of validates that it's doable. But we do need to do a bit of research into whether it's feasible or not to make them from recycled plastics like 100%, because if it's like hanging out in the environment for a while, it can degrade a little. So you may need some virgin plastic mixed in. So it may not be 100%. So we need to do a bit of research into that.
Cool.
Great answer. We have time for one more quick question. Matteo or Shreya, who would like to jump in here? Or okay, Matteo?
Sure. For me, it is more into if you have already any marketing strategy on how you're gonna promote this, or if it will be just mainly relying on business partnerships and professional skaters, or if you have any other marketing activities in line.
Yeah, in mind, probably just Facebook market ads and user-generated content would probably be our main channel of sales. So like having social media posts from like reviews and whatnot, and just Facebook ads in general, yeah.
Okay, and that's it. We are at time. Ethan, Harry, well done. Congratulations. What an amazing product. Terra Skate, everyone. Please get in contact with them if you would like to help out. We're going to send you back into the audience. We've got 2 pitches left. So second to last, can we have Pratibha to the stage, who will be chatting about Prem Uday, translation, Rise with Love, which is just a beautiful name. My goodness. Hello, Pratibha. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? All good. I'm really excited. So many great pitches today. So,
well, we can see you and we can hear you. So, if you want to share screen,
can you see that?
It is just loading. Yes, we can. Okay. So the second I get thumbs up from all 3 judges, Matteo, Shreya, and Warwick. And there it is. Okay. Pratibha, over to you in 3, 2, 1, go.
Prem Uday, that means rise with love. I was 18 years old and I had to live in a hostel in India where a girl had suicided before because of extreme anxiety and depression. Later in my university in India, my batchmate again suicided because of its extreme panicky situation. And then my university decided to get a counselor for my batch for the first time ever. It took this long for a counselor to be introduced in my life. I was a victim of depression, panic attacks, self-harm, and whatnot. I wish someone rescued me in my teens. I'm a person who had the privilege to have a counselor. Thus, I want to create a platform that is easily accessible for youth between ages of 5 to 25 in India to use mental health services comfortably. I did a market research to validate the issue. And not to my surprise, 52 people out of 59 said that mental health curriculum in Indian Education Institute is not present, or if it is present, it is not effective. Everyone except one agreed that mental health education is important for students. 53 wished that school and colleges should have a mental health workshop or a user-friendly, easy accessible website for their use. 57 agreed to use the service or allow their children, students, or siblings to use it. I use the word allow intentionally because there are many cultural restrictions and I had to validate that their families or teachers support them. Prem Uday will be a user-friendly website that will help its users to easily connect with mental health practitioners, a place to go get peer support or provide peer support, read psychologist-approved methods to combat mild mental health issues, celebrating days like Mental Health Month, which is October. And most importantly, I will run mental health workshops amongst youth. It will be frequently updated by reviews from Youth Advisory Committee and mental health professionals, including me. This social enterprise will generate its money from workshops in schools and colleges, charge a commission from the referrals made through the website, and from events conducted by Prem Uday. The profits will be used to employ more people to conduct workshops and to give mental health first aid course to the youth. Why first aid? Because India has 24 instructors and 1,690 first aiders compared to Australia with around 1 million first aiders based on mental health first aid website. I would need your support just in case that I would really love some mentors to carry out this huge initiative and also to understand the nitty-gritty of running a social enterprise. Please feel free to reach out to me. My details are here. I'll leave this for a few seconds and that's it.
Well done. What an important topic. Amazing work. I'm sure we have lots of questions. Warwick, Shreya, Matteo, who would like to jump in and ask a question from Pratibha? Just raise your hand. I'm sure we're taking lots of notes. Matteo, okay, Matteo first and then to Shreya.
Great presentation, well done. My question is if you have thought on any solution for someone that is not actively looking for help. Like, as far as I understand, sometimes there are people that are dealing with depression, but they might not jump into or let's say they won't say it or they won't click on, for example, in the presentation where you say, I need help. Some people might not see that or will be encouraged for that. Have you thought on any strategy for those people?
Yeah, this is actually which I have come across a couple of times. I think the best approach that I can have is to go through their friends. And also there are many very ground-based NGOs that work in India that do know that somebody is suffering from that or somebody who needs support. So I will not just directly approach them, but I will definitely run some campaigns in which a friend can help a friend. So I will, because if I approach them directly, they might fall back again much more, and it will be very difficult for me to reach them. So getting an indirect way for me to actually reach them will be something that I've thought of. Just one of the solutions here.
Great question. Thank you. Shreya, over to you.
Thanks, Jack. Well done, Pratibha. It's, again, a very important problem to discuss and to address. I was going to talk to you about the economics and kind of the feasibility of this working. From what I understand, there's many websites, organizations now in India that are looking at mental health. Why would, say, schools and practitioners tie up with yours, and what is different or special about it?
If we look at India as a whole, there are many actually, but they are mostly located in the metro areas. From where I come from, it's a small district. And when I started Googling, I couldn't even find one proper place where one can go and actually get counseling sessions throughout, like a holistic approach. Mostly they are hospitals or clinics which people are actually afraid to go because the mental health thing that they get is people are just lying in the bed and getting help. This is not what I'm thinking of. And also I approached many schools. I asked them, are you running something like this? There was nothing like that. And recently, because of the COVID situation, the schools are reopening in India, and they have a curriculum in India recently established for the first time in a lengthy way to say that schools will need this and schools will have to go through it because there have been so many traumatic incidences during this COVID time. So it is a new area which has recently been introduced, and I would love to go and actually talk to them. And also because currently I work in HEX5, which adds to it that somebody from an international organization is actually coming and helping them out. So I would love to use that asset to my advantage.
Awesome, great answer. And thank you so much for sharing your story as well. We really appreciate it. It's been wonderful working with you over the past few days. So well done. You can have a sigh of relief now. You're all finished. Congratulations. And we have, last but not least, the final pitch for the day. Can I please welcome New Leaf to the stage? So this is a co-founding team of Belinda, Shamir, and Kemi. So we'll bring Belinda, Shamir, and Kemi to the stage for the last pitch of the 5.7 pitch day. There we go. We can see you, Belinda. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. And we can hear you. Excellent. And Shamir and Kemi, once you share your camera.
Hello.
Excellent. And we can hear you too. So we just need Shamir.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Okay. So we're good with the sound check. We can see you. So as soon as I get the final thumbs up from the judges, we will hand it over to you. Shreya's ready, Mateo's ready. And where is Warwick on? There's Warwick. Okay, wonderful. Final pitch of the day. Bring the energy. I want all the love in the chat. Come on, let's take it home strong. Over to you, New Leaf, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, my name is Kemi, and together with my fellow co-founders, Belinda and Shamir, we are providing you with an opportunity in New Leaf. I have a background in technology, in biotechnology, and I greatly value sustainability, partnerships, and responsible consumption. And our current consumer habits are unsustainable and contribute towards harmful environmental pollution. We therefore want to tackle these problems by starting with the upcycling of plastic and textile waste and transform them into timeless and cost-effective pieces of modular furniture that won't cost us the earth. As a social enterprise, New Leaf aims to join the circular economy ecosystem to 1, assist businesses trying to move towards sustainable practices, 2, create another puzzle piece towards achieving the UNDP sustainability targets, and 3, give consumers hope. 2 consumer profiles were identified and include environmentally conscious graduates working from home and business owners creating green office spaces. We leveraged LinkedIn and Instagram to conduct market research and have successfully connected with potential partners. 80% of respondents said that they were likely to purchase furniture made of recycled materials. And now I pass you on to Shamir to discuss potential products.
Thanks, Kemi. I'm Shamir. I study engineering. Our manufacturing process would be the cleaning, shredding, separating, and melting the plastic into the product shape. We have a modular cube here shown, which can be a seat, table, or shelf. From one cube, we can have many possibilities. The fabric showed on the right is from a repurposed textile, and our plan is to have our packaging and logistics sustainable as well. I will pass on to Belinda now.
Yep, hi everyone, I'm Belinda. I'm a commerce and IT student, and today I'd like to share with you the mock-up of our website we made using Figma. For those who are interested, we are more than happy to share the link with you as well. We have also implemented the solution onto Wix. Now, our business aims to bring people together into one sustainable movement. We will strive to connect our consumer with their impact. This will be done by informing our users through annual reports and subscriptions to impact review statements. Now I'll circle back to Kemi, who will tell us about our call to action and our next steps.
Thank you, Belinda. Chop Value, the world's biggest garage sale, and Who Gives a Crap are 3 examples of social enterprises thriving through repurposing and the circular economy. There is also only one major player in Australia turning plastic into outdoor furniture. New Leaf is therefore feasible and viable with immense potential. Influencers, business owners, investors, everyone in the audience, you all have the power to make an impact. So please reach out and help us create a sustainable community that won't cost the earth by providing mentorship and assisting us to develop the networks needed to see New Leaf come to life. Thank you for your kind attention, and you can find us on Instagram at Say No to Plastic. Thank you.
And right on 3 minutes, so smooth, and what an amazing looking prototype. Well done, everyone. Now, Mateo, I'm sure you've got some questions here as well with your background with social enterprise and repurposing. Do you have any questions for New Leaf, or should we jump to Warwick or Shreya? Pop your hands up. Mateo, over to you first.
Very quick, because I want the other ones to ask. I just wanted to congratulate you, and also to keep also focusing on what you did of just launching immediately and focusing on the product and then relaunching from there. Like just talking to customers and produce the product. It is the best. And also happy to connect after this webinar.
Thank you.
Wonderful. An offer of support, Shreya. Now you've got your hand up there. Is that over to you?
Yeah, I can ask. Thank you. So you're right that there's a couple of companies that are addressing or have similar value props. Have you tested economics in the Australian market, i.e., price points? Do you know people who are willing to buy?
Yeah, so the market survey that we actually ran, we had 2 mock-ups of a furniture set that was made up, cheap plastic, the usual that we normally buy at places like IKEA. And then we had, another alternate option of the same product, but, with recycled materials. And over 97% of people who completed the survey said that they would buy it. They would prefer that option. So there's definitely a market, and we had about 50 people who did the survey, and we're gonna, rework on that survey and keep spreading that out there to get more data. And the issue that we've also noticed is that there are many businesses, furniture businesses, that say that they're going to, shift towards sustainable furniture, but at the same time, they also have a range that is unsustainable. The conflict. So our whole model is on completely sustainable practices through the products, through the packaging, through our shipping, everything.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Now I've probably got about 20 seconds for a quick question. Warwick, do you have anything you want to jump in and ask before we finish up?
Yeah, I maybe not ask, maybe more a statement. Just be careful doing too much of surveys, and doing things like pre-orders and that sort of stuff speak a lot louder than asking people if they would buy something. So those sorts of things you can do really well, really easily as well.
All right, great advice, Warwick. Well done. That's it. That is finished. Our HEX 5.7 group have all been, can you believe it, 5 days ago. No one had met each other. We didn't have any ideas what we were going to work on. Everything that's been created has been done in such a short period of time. I, for one, am immensely proud of the hard work that everyone has put in over the last, essentially it's 4 days, because this morning was more about just, sweating and getting the nerves under control. So well done to all of the amazing 5.7 Hexies. What's going to happen now is we're going to take the judges into another room. So judges, if you want to have a look in the chat, I'm just going to put a link. Here we go. There is a link in the chat, which is going to take you to our around room, our little secret backstage area. So if you want to exit out of the webinar, we're going to have some hold music for a little while. Everyone grab a drink, grab a beer, grab a glass of wine, a water, a cold tea, whatever you're into, celebrate because it's been an epic week. I'm going to play some music while the judges go into the other room. Jeanette will be in the other room as well, and we get to find out who the winner is. So quick intermission. We'll see our judges soon. Well done. Let us know if you have any troubles, and it is time for an intermission. Okay, let's do this. All right.
Are you okay, Jack?
I'm fine, doing well. All right, we've got Matteo, we have Freya, and we have Warwick, and 11 seconds to spare. Well done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Welcome back, everyone. 5 minutes on the dot. Well done, judges. Congratulations. And well done to all of our newly minted HEX 5.7 alumni who can finally, after an entire week of running and scrambling and sprinting, can take a deep breath and enjoy the moment of what they've just achieved. So, Jeanette, I might hand it over to you to give a couple of words of advice and wisdom and maybe talk a little bit about who might have just won.
Sure, Jack. Thank you for that. And congratulations, everyone. You all did an amazing job, and I hope you're feeling proud of yourselves and what you just presented to the crew. Each of our judges were going to just say a couple of words about what, some advice for going forward. And I have to say the points were pretty tight. Like, it was only a couple of points in it at the very end. So I might start with you, Matteo. Did you have a couple of words of advice for everybody going forward or comments?
Sure. First, I want to congratulate everyone because I've been in a lot of pitches, and normally most of the presentations do not finish, or we make the things incomplete, but each of you were well prepared, and it was fantastic presentation of absolutely everyone. So that's firstly what I wanted to say. And secondly, I would say that as an early entrepreneur or managing an early startup, you have to prioritize. And sometimes some of you have been thinking on many things, many features, many things to do, a lot of partnerships, sometimes some funding, some grants. So I would recommend you to make it the simplest possible, like super lean, and just start even selling the product. Why not even pre-selling some of the things, taking some deposits, just focusing only two things, customers and the product. The other things will be taken care of later on. Congratulations, because each of you have fantastic products and services.
Awesome advice, Matteo. Very much aligned with my thinking. What's the one thing that you can do to move yourself forward towards your goal? It doesn't have to be 50 at once, even though the HEX team will tell you we like to do that as well. Thanks, Matteo, for those words of wisdom. Shreya, you were mentioning your thoughts around the social impact vibes of the group, but open to your thoughts and feedback as well.
Yeah. Thanks, Janet. Hey, everyone. Very, very well done. What a fantastic Friday, I must say. I was just telling Janet, you are a very special generation, a very special group of entrepreneurs. Everybody came up with a very compelling problem statement that was related to some of the biggest social issues we're facing. I didn't hear anyone come up with, hey, I've got a neat idea of making money. So I'm blown away, and I'm quite impressed, and I'm learning a lot from all of you. So well done. Similar to as kind of Matteo said, think of why your product or your idea is adding value that doesn't exist today. That's very, very important, and that'll help you differentiate from competitors, help you kind of sell to customers. When it comes to funding, that's what you sell to investors and so on. But think of what is it that you're doing that is adding value in either a value chain or ecosystem or whatever you're doing, and why it doesn't exist today.
Thanks, Shreya. Awesome advice, and very important to differentiate ourselves in the market. And speaking of making money, I know, Warwick, this is something that you tend to like to do, or like to help people do. So why don't you give us some thoughts from your perspective? I think we can make differences and make money at the same time, hopefully. But Warwick, over to you, my friend.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed all of them. Everyone's doing a great job, and to do that all in 5 days is pretty great. From my perspective, all I'll say is get out there and test demand, try to get pre-sales, do a bit of prototyping. If you want to research, go into prototyping, not prototyping. That'll help you kind of test out more around the demand as well. And you can do this stuff really quick and really cheap. So surveys can be quite misleading. People will always tell you they love what you're selling. So just be careful of that. And as well, get out into the community, out into the startup community and the social enterprise community, the big active communities out there. get out there and start meeting people, start asking questions, hunt people down on LinkedIn that you're interested in talking to and hit them up for a coffee. You'll learn a lot, and people in the startup community love to learn and share and help others. So make use of that and really just explore.
Fantastic advice. That network effect is real. RIP all of your LinkedIn inboxes with connection requests from this crew. I'm sure they'll be coming in thick and fast. Of course, Warwick, do you want to drop your startup guide into the chat? So if anyone's looking for funding in the future, they could refer to that amazing resource that you've created. So thank you for the service. Thank you for the service that you've done to the Australian community. Okay, so now is the time where we'd like to announce the people that took out the bragging rights and the top scores for HEX 5.7. We've got just a couple of prizes and maybe one little special mention to provide. So first of all, I'd like to present the Nathan Gold Award. So Nathan Gold is one of our incredible pitch coaches. He's incredibly focused on building social impact in enterprise and sort of helping people, get to that next level of their life. And so Nathan provides a prize to every HEX cohort. And for this one, we would love to present it to Pratibha with Rise with Love. So Pratibha, congratulations on winning the Nathan Gold prize for the potential of social impact. So feel free to jump up to the stage if you'd like, and congrats. Hi, Pratibha.
Well done, Pratibha.
Thank you so much.
The story was very meaningful, and I think a lot of us really appreciate your authenticity, and we see potential for that, supporting many people in the community immediately and in the future. So congrats.
Thank you so much.
Now there was, you're welcome. There's a special mention to the wonderful team over at New Leaf. So Belinda, Shamir and Kemi, congratulations. Shreya has offered to provide a little bit of one-to-one mentoring with your team to support your business model as you grow. So congratulations, honorable mention to that crew. Well done, team. And finally, winning team. Jack, do we have a prize?
We do have a prize. We have a $150 voucher. Which is better than bragging rights. It used to just be bragging rights. So but a little something as well.
Okay, so you can treat yourself over the weekend. And so we'd like to congratulate the team from Terrascape. Ethan and Harry are cruising into $150 vouchers and bragging rights. Congratulations, team. I think we all loved your real hustle and getting that feedback, particularly from the Facebook ads and getting those real life market clicks. It makes a big difference to validation and but I have to say, just by a point, like literally squeaked by just by a point. So congratulations.
Thanks so
James,
much.
Yeah,
Wow.
James, do you want to bring all of the winners up and maybe we can take a quick photo before we roll off?
All right, James is going to be scrambling like the keyboard cat here, trying to bring everyone up. So let's bring up Harry, Ethan, bring Pratibha back up, and let's bring up New Leaf as well. So Belinda, Shamir, and Kemi, we're going to take a photo with all of the winners. Congratulations, Ethan and Harry on your win.
And just to everyone else as well. Sorry, I know you just asked that question, but just want to say to everyone else, like literally I'm looking at these scores and it was points in it. So you've all done incredibly well. I hope no one's feeling disappointed that they didn't win, but hopefully you're all feeling really proud of yourselves. Thank you, Warwick. If you have to go, do we need to do can we do a quick photo? Super quick?
Super quick. I'm going to take a photo in. And James, if you want to turn your camera on, because we need to represent you've been here all week. In 3, 2, 1, winner, chicken dinner. Awesome.
Thanks, Jack.
Well done, all of our amazing HEX 5.7 crew. Thank you so much to our judges, Warwick. Thank you so much, Matteo, for being here. Thank you so much, Shreya. We couldn't have done this without you, and also our amazing mentors, Atisha, James, our 2IC all week. You've been absolutely amazing. This is the first time running a program, and a special mention. Thank you so much to the 5.7 crew for trusting us over the past week to help lead you through this experience. We've had an absolutely phenomenal time, and that's it. We're finished. Well done, everyone. It's time to relax. It's time to party. We're going to have a debrief in about half an hour after you've all taken a breath out. And I just want to say congratulations to everyone and thank you so much for being here and sharing the pitch day with us. That's it. Jeanette, final word, or we'll just dance our way out?
I think we dance our way out. Thank you, Jack, for being an incredible host and program leader as always. Don't know what we would do without you. Okay, everyone, congrats and have a wonderful day, weekend.
Okay, that's it. 5.7 is out. Well done, everyone. We'll see you later. Bye.